and then we'll refresh him. o-teh oer kasalmo neit shomayim kairia. He spreads oir, light, kasalmo, like a garment. Neit shomayim kairia, and he spreads forth the shomayim, the heavens, kairia, like a curtain, a tent. We want to understand shaychus ho'inyonim, the relationship between these two inyonim, o-teh oer v'nei shamayim. Zelozeh. How are these two expressed in one sentence, in one breath? What is the shaychus? What is the connection? The shamayim and the oer.
Yes. Grammatically, o-teh and noiteh are the same.
Right, it applies in a different form.
Yeah, in other words, what's the difference between o-teh and noiteh?
No, that's not o-teh and noiteh, it's oer and shamayim.
No, I understand that. That's what I'm just saying, like, because, in other words, would it be grammatically correct to say o-teh or kasama, o-teh shamayim kairia?
No. That will say, because oir spreads automatically. Ayiriyo does not spread automatically. Ayiriyo you have to unfold, open up.
Shlomo's calling in.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, just 1 second. Just one moment, Reb Shlomo will... You do.
o-teh would be
This is not on.
o-teh is like he spreads, and noiteh is it spreads, right?
Just 1 second. Aber Paltiel.
Thank you. You are now entering your participant number.
I'm not connecting. Let's see why.
I'm listening.
All right, fine. I'm going to leave it like this. Say again.
I don't want to get sidetracked, but I'm just there. o-teh is he spread, he active, right? And noiteh is it spreads. Or is that wrong? I don't want to get hung up. O-teh is he does it, and noiteh is it's being done, right?
o-teh is like he allows it to spread forth. Noiteh means he actively spreads it out.
Talking about the Eibishter?
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
This is not going to help us to understand the email.
Okay.
Oer and Shomayim. To understand this, we have to revisit again what we already explained previously. And we examine the koiches hanefesh, using that as a moshel, but it's a real moshel. It's not just a supposedly a projected moshel, but it's in reality. That the koiches hanefesh shabayim bebchinas pnimius beivore haguf. But the koiches hanefesh, they come forth and they relate in a pnimistic manner in the Ivori Haguf, in the Ivorim of the body, which is, as we explained already, which is a phenomenal concept. The Ivori Haguf, this is Gashmi. And the Guf does not, in essence, does not relate to Chayas, to Nefesh at all. It's just a physical present body, physical flesh. And Koiches HaNefesh, are nefesh koiches. They're exclusively nefesh. they function on the life level, and yet these koiches hanefesh enter in the Yevore Haguf b'pchinas pnimius, in a pnimistic manner, which means pnimis have you already discussed in great detail. And it's never enough, but nevertheless, pnimius means that there is a correlationship between the two. It is not like something of a supreme quality touch is present in something of a much lower quality just as a presence, but it actually relates to it. And it actually transforms it, has a relationship and correlates to it. Shekol koyach, which means that each koyach yesh loy kelim yuchedes. It has a unique keli that pertinent to this koyach. Shakoyach mislavesh, where the koyach is imbued, umisgale, and it reveals. The koyach is misgale, the koyach is revealed. The reason the koyach can be revealed is that the aver is suited. The koyach feels comfortable, so to speak, in this aver. That's why it's misgala. Misached boy, and ultimately it unites with this aver. Paltiel, and thus the Fiyef Ha'evorim, according to the manner of the Evorim, who Pa'ulas v'Hizgalos HaKoiches, the action and the expression of the Koiches is totally suitable and compensatory to the manner that the Evorim are. There is no dichotomy there. There are no two things, the koyach and the aver. As we already discussed, this type of correlationship, this type of union cannot occur inadvertently. Meaning to say that due to the fact that the keyach is not relating to this gashmizik aver, therefore it kind of the special qualities of the koyach are camouflaged, are hidden, and all you have is that which the aver can reveal, it can take from it. That would not mean a union. It is not that the aver takes from the koyach. It is that the koyach provides for the aver. This is a perfect union. To present this concept that I'm now emphasizing in a tangible illustration. You have a table in the middle of a room. You have a table in a room. The one way that you could relate to the table is, there's a room, there's a table, and take a look, you're in the middle of the room, I can use the table. In other words, it's a second thought. There happens to be a table there. And it can serve me well in the environment of this room. Or, no. The table came there to serve the room. That's its initial presence. Not only that's its initial presence, It was built outside for the purpose of being put into this room. This is a pneumistic relationship. This is what the koiches. The koiches are intended for the Yevorim and designed to be able to relate to the Yevorim. I pointed out many times, Yevore Haguf and koiches HaNefesh, like not two worlds, two total incomparable entities. And yet this is what occurs.
If it wouldn't be attended before, it wouldn't be able to come up here. I mean, why do we have to present it?
I'm sorry, say again, if what?
If it wouldn't be designed for this purpose before, it wouldn't be able to become a union for me.
They could, but it would have a completely different reality. Each one will have a different interest. The table, like in my Muslim, table is interested to be a table, not to serve in the room. You come and you grab the table, so to speak, by your own design, your own definition of it. You understand what I'm saying? Whereas when you say that the table was brought there for that purpose, it was built for that purpose.
But now it can serve the same purpose.
No.
After I grab
it can serve the same purpose in a very distant, in a very chitzonistic manner. Because the fact is, as mentioned many times, okay, I'm glad you put it up. The functionality of a table is not, I mean, the presence of a table in a room is not only when you're using it. It's not only functional. Oh, I have to put something down. I put it on the table. I have to eat. I have a place to put my plate. Not so. It's a human definition of a room. Whether using it is or not, it represents a human being's presence there. That aspect could not come inadvertently. Okay.
Again, that this aspect could not come inadvertently. This was this last line. This could not come in. This element.
I said that the presence of a table in a room is not only the utilization of it. A human being comes into a room, there's a table, he relates to that room. Although on the contrary, it takes up some room, it displaces him, but that actually complements him.
The reality of the table pre-existed his utilization of it, and it.
Is it correct to say that the course of this, the table is not considered as an add-on?
That's right, the table is created by the human being. And when you say it pre-existed utilization, the projection, and you said many times, the projection and the utilization, they are very closely interrelated between use. What is a table? Yes, there's a broader and a higher level, and then there is a functional level, and it's all part of what a human being is. Like we've heard many times. The royal stance of a human being is such that when he needs something, it should be on the ready. That's part of the utilization. There is, everybody heard of the expression, the bag lady? Unfortunately, what's a bag lady? A lady that cannot relate to a personal dwelling. Wherever she goes, all her possessions go with her. And she has bags galore. Every bag has all kinds of different things. It's a horrific rachmanis. Because she cannot relate the fact that settle down, your thing is going to be under ready when you need it. All right. והדוגמה מכל זה, the similar from this, or the reflection of all this, yuvan lamailo, help us to understand the way things are lamailo. Bebchinas tziyur odom ho'elyin. In the aspect of the tziyur, of the design and the format, odom ho'elyin, the supernal man. We already mentioned this in the supernal man, the principle of man. The whole Seder Hishtalshelus is referred to as Tziyur Odom. Because a Tziyur Odom is a very unique Tziyur. It's a fully complemented structure. What is the structure the Tziyur Odom represent? Where we have the Chabad on top, and you have the Chagas in the middle, and you have the Koiches, the him, and the Koiches Machshavah Dibur Maisa external. What does it represent? It represents the following principle: that even though when I act, it seems to me I'm acting on my level, in the worldly level. However, this action in the worldly level is actually revealing and representing what's in the emotional level, in the midas level, and what's in the Chabad level. And Chabad essentially relates to that which is above his Metzias, the source. Because Chochmah cannot exist without a truth which is superior to itself. Where do I come from? What am I doing here? Which is why Odom is representative of the entire Seder Hishtalshelus. And Odom Ha'elyin, this is the Odom on a higher level. The Hagam she'ein lo dmus haguf. Although that he does not have a similarity and a representational goof, a form of a goof, below goof and doesn't have a body. The Kolmokim still, it nevertheless, it says in the Posuk, V'yal dmus hakisei, dmus k'mari olov odom olov milmoilo. Cool, milmoilo, it says the next word is milmoilo. This is the chariot, the nevuah of I think in Yeshaya. There are two several times in Tanakh there is a description of a Novi seeing the merkavah. And each one, it's in a different level because Yeshaya was in one madrige, Yechezkel in another madrige, and so forth. I think this is a posik in Yeshaya. Al Musa Kisei, that in the form of the Kisei, of the throne, the Mus K'mari Odom is something that look at Odom all over on top of it. She'ein zeh, This view of the Muskamari Odom is not bibichin as asmos ein soy boruhu. This is not referring to the atmos ein soy etzem mari odom. This is not in atmos ein soy. Now we're going into the parentheses. Just to conclude this, this refers to already a madrege gilui from the Atmos. This is not Atmos. The Mashe Omru, Ein Loid Muz, for that which Chacham say, Ein Loid Muz, he does not have any form of whatsoever. Principally, that refers to the Atzmos Ein Sof that is above Atzilus. Again, I have to remind and refresh the principle of Atzilus, which is a very common reference. Just want to point out, the Alter Rebbe, when he was writing Chassidus, and he had to write the word Atzilus. When you wrote Chassidus, Rabbeim wrote Chassidus, they were not writing from memory. They were living every word and every letter, what they were writing. The Alter Rebbe had to write Atzilus. He was so overtaken by what he is saying, he couldn't finish the whole word. He would write Aleph, Tzadik, Yud, and a Shtrichel. So, Atmos Ein Sof, this is above Atzilus. Zein and the Mus Haguf Guf. This is the principle of the Mus Haguf. The Mus Haguf means a similarity, an approximation of a guf, and then there is the guf itself. Shehiksha b'shalah. The Shalah asks this question on the quote that we said from the Chazal. The Chazal say, Ein le guf, Ein le musa guf, Ein le guf. So the Chazal says, Me'ach Hashem le musa guf. Says that it does not have even the musa guf, just kind of a reflection of guf, something similar to guf, Me'mela Ein le guf, then for sure automatically does not have guf. What's the point of saying he does not have a guf? He doesn't even have the musa guf. So it is totally superfluous. So the explanation to this, so to speak, meaningless repetition, the explanation is given. The musa guf, that may say the musa guf, something approximating guf, ho bechinas biyah. This is the aspect of biyah. Like we said, in the entire Seder Soulfulness, there is the Inyan of Odom, but on many different levels. In Bria Yitzir Asiyah, just a quick reminder, and this we're going to get into tomorrow mitzvah. The difference between Bria, Yitzir, Asiyah, and Atzilus is a categorical difference. Atzilus is in a category by itself. Bria, Yitzir, Asiyah is in a category by itself. Atzilus, as we said, Atzilus means Lashon Eitzel, close to the source. And Atzilus is not really a creation, it's not a real world. Atzilus means an emanation, reflective of its source. Whereas Bria is a creation, a new creation. So Guf refers to Biyah. Demus Haguf refers to Biyah. Shenikra Kidemuseinu. Which is referred to as Kidemuseinu, approximation of that which is above. The Guf, but then there is the infant Guf itself, Ho Bechinas Atzilus. This is Atzilus itself. Okay, here we have to interrupt and
This that was in the parentheses where it says the Iker Kyle Bechinas Atzilus or Social Amara Atzilus. Which part? What is that going with?
Ein le Guf. Ein le Guf, ein le Demus Haguf.
In other words, this whole Inyan, this is talking about
Above
the
Atzilus.
way Yechezkel saw it is talking.
Right.
And now what we're talking about, we're saying, is beyond Atzilus.
The Nevi'im saw at the lower levels of Atzilus. At the highest level would be Atzilus at the lower level. So Chabad, Chagas, Nehi, they saw the word is in Chagas or in Nehi. Even Moshe Rabbeinu, what?
Dus Enze begint als so.
Yeah, that's the Chacham said. The Chacham say, "Ein loy Demus, ein loy Guf." That refers to that is the Guf and the Musa Guf is not referring to Atzmos Elisei. This is the way it is in world. The Atzilus and the Biyah and Biyah. Musa Guf, and the Guf that not refers to Atzmos Elisei, that is already the way it is either in Atzilus or even lower in Biyah.
So why does it say that the Iker is the Atmas Ein Sof that is higher than Atzilus? How does that fit? I'm confused how that fits in.
The Ein loy Demus Kuli.
Yeah.
I'm saying Ein loy Demus, Ein loy Guf. This Ein loy that refers to Atzmos Elisei, the Ma'aram Atzilus. Atzilus
So then
has
Guf
already a
and
shaykh
Demus.
from Guf.
Okay, so Guf and Demus are the low levels. Ein lo Demus and Guf.
Ein loy Demus and Seven.
Meaning it's higher. Okay.
All right. Have a great day.
Yeah.